Welcome to SVR IAS Academy. ComeOnIndia.com is our website. In today's current affairs online video lecture, you will learn three important topics and today's date is 11th April 2017. This article has been published in the Hindu Business Line newspaper. The article deals about India-Australia relations. Recently, Australian Prime Minister visited India and 6 agreements were signed between India and Australia. Both sides started negotiations on the Comprehensive Economic Cooperation Agreement. About Preferential Trade Agreement, Free Trade Agreement, Comprehensive Economic Cooperation Agreement or Comprehensive Economic Partnership Agreement and Customs Union, we provided a separate video lecture in our economy section. Visit our website ComeOnIndia.com to get this video lecture. The discussion for the SECA, that is Comprehensive Economic Cooperation Agreement, is going on for a long time and both sides decided to fast track the negotiations and finalize the deal as soon as possible. The negotiations for the Comprehensive Economic Cooperation Agreement started in the year 2011 and more than 9 rounds of discussions were held so far, and the last discussion held in 2015 and it missed several deadlines. The critical points is that tariff reduction on the Australian agricultural products, especially the dairy products. Australia is known for dairy products. If India reduces the tariff, then Australia's dairy products can be dumped into India and India's dairy sector will be affected. That is why the agreement is getting delayed. And another point is that the bilateral trade between the India and Australia reached 12.16 billion US dollars. Another point is that Australian Prime Minister also emphasized to conclude the regional comprehensive economic partnership as soon as possible. RECP is an initiative of China, whereas Trans-Pacific Partnership Agreement was an initiative of US. But recently, after Donald Trump becoming the president of USA, he has rejected the Trans-Pacific Partnership Agreement. Australia is a member in both these agreements. So now this has been rejected. So Australia has been emphasizing to conclude RECP as soon as possible. Australia says that at present global economy is in the uncertain stage. In this uncertain period of time, Regional Comprehensive Economic Partnership Agreement will provide a boost to the regional economic confidence. Another point is that the Civil Nuclear Cooperation Agreement between India and Australia. India and Australia concluded Civil Nuclear Cooperation Agreement in the year 2014, but the supply from the Australia to India has been delayed. Uranium supply has been delayed because of the various reasons. Recently, Australian Prime Minister assured India that Australia will ship uranium as soon as possible. Australia accounts for nearly 40% of the uranium deposits in the world. According to the Australian policy, it will not supply uranium to the non-NPT countries. It means NPT stands for Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty. We have provided a separate video lecture on the Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty. According to the Australian policy, Australia will not supply uranium to the non-NPT member countries. So let's prepare thoroughly on the India-Australia relationship and also India-Australia-US triangular relationship. It can be asked in the mains examination and also for prelims 2018 examination. This article has been published in the Times of India newspaper. If we see our day-to-day life, if you go to any hotel, there are so many food items are getting wasted in the large hotels on the one side, and on the other side nearly 2/3 of Indians are malnourished according to some reports, or at least 1/3 of children are malnourished and stunted because they don't receive the adequate nutrition. In this background, you should know what is food security and also what is nutritional security. These two concepts look similar, but there's a lot of difference between these two. We provided a separate video lecture on the food security and nutritional security. Visit our website commandindia.com to get this video lecture. The news is that government may ask the hotels to specify the portion of the size to check the wastage of the food. Recently, our Prime Minister expressed his concerns about the wastage of food. In this background, Union Food Minister has asked the hospitality industry to specify voluntarily about the portion size of the meal. For example, if you go to two hotels, Hotel A and Hotel B, if you order two chapatis in two hotels, the size and thickness of the chapatis in two hotels is not uniform, it differs. If you go to hotel and order meals, the size of the meals differs in each hotel. For some persons it may be not sufficient, for some persons it may be higher amount, so he may waste the food item. So that hotels should specify, if he orders meals, how much gram of rice is there in this meals. If the hotel specify the size of the chapati as well, then the customer can order according to his capacity. Government is thinking whether it can be done voluntarily or Government of India has to bring any legal provisions to make it mandatory. So according to the report, nearly 20% of the food items served to the consumers worldwide lost through the overeating or wastage. So 20% wastage means is not a small amount. How much energy the farmers invested to make this crop available and how much water used for producing this crop. So many things are there. So we need to reduce the wastage as much as possible as a responsible citizens. So next time if you go to hotel, just ask the server about the size of the chapati or the size of the meal they serve, so that accordingly we can plan and we can reduce the food wastage because of ourselves. At present in the hotel system, the plate system is followed, where hotels or restaurants normally does not specify how much food item they serve, like the number of chapatis or the amount of rice. There is no need to bring the uniformity in the amount of the food items served in each portion, but they should specify how much amount is there, whether voluntarily or government may bring a law for that purpose. This article has been published in the Times of India newspaper. It deals with the Saudi Arabia's amnesty scheme for the easy repatriation for the illegal Indian immigrants. Amnesty 2017. It is the national campaign launched by the Saudi Arabia King, that is a nation without violations. The main objective of this Amnesty 2017 is to wipe out the illegal status among the various expatriates and allowing them to return to their motherland without paying any fine or facing any legal action. The issue is that lakhs of persons illegally migrated to Saudi Arabia and staying illegally. Normally, if Saudi Arabian authorities found this illegal status, illegal immigrants will face jail punishment or the fine. According to the 2017 amnesty scheme announced by the Saudi Arabia King, there is no need to pay the fine or no need to face any legal action. So use this Amnesty 2017 and go back to your motherland without paying any fine or legal action. If you are reading the newspaper or preparing for the civil services examination in the last 4 to 5 years, you might have studied about the Nitagat amnesty. Nitagat scheme you might have studied. The recently launched Amnesty 2017 is an extension of the Nitakat amnesty campaign launched 3 years ago by the King Abdullah. More than 2.5 million Indians or 25 lakh Indians used this amnesty scheme. Out of that, 1 million Indians rectified their legal status and more than 1.5 lakh Indians voluntarily left the Saudi Arabia. Indians in the Saudi Arabia constitute the largest expatriate community. Nearly 30 lakh Indian people are working in the Saudi Arabia. Under this amnesty scheme, the illegal immigrants should approach their embassy or consulate and should apply for the emergency certificate or outpass. It is a necessary document for the amnesty repatriation in the absence of the original valid passport. The persons who do not have the original valid passport are termed as illegal immigrants. So for them, the emergency certificate or outpass is must. Our embassy in the Saudi Arabia has also launched a special mobile application for getting the outpass application. If any person is not going to apply for this after the end of this amnesty 2017 in the June month, they will be called as criminals by the Saudi authorities and they will be punished as per the Saudi laws. Air India has also announced reduced fare rates for the Indians who are returning from Saudi Arabia under this amnesty scheme. One more important point is that the amnesty 2017 is liberal in that those who are staying illegally can become the expatriates in the kingdom again. It means those who are staying illegally can apply for the legal documents and can stay legally after becoming expatriates in the Saudi kingdom itself.